And welcome, everyone. Q Sports International and Predator presents the Apex Wisconsin Open. This is the second stop of the Predator Pro Billiard Series. Players are playing for $75,000 in prize money. 64 players are here today, and this is a second round match between Gerson Martinez Boza from Peru and Joven Bustamante, who lives in the Phoenix area. This is George Teachea, bringing you the live action with Ryan Hollenbach. He's local here in the Wisconsin Dells in Baraboo, and welcome.
Thank you, George. Well, actually, I'm not local here, just Wisconsin area, more Milwaukee area.
Okay.
Milwaukee area, but I appreciate you allowing me to step in and do this with you. This is pretty awesome. I love the setup.
The setup is great. We do what we can, but tell us a little bit about what you're doing here. But Joven broke the balls. Won the lag.
Well,
important.
I'm just going to say I can see how this is going to start out, because as soon as I walked back here, George looked at me and he said, "You look like a hot air balloon. You're full of hot." I'm just kidding. No, he didn't. I just said I'm full of hot air, so we'll come along good here, because he said he's going to not talk. I'm going to do most of the talking. I said, well, I don't know about all that.
Well, Brian, you have to know that my viewers, if I have any viewers out there, do know that I'm full of hot air, and a bit on the sarcastic side. So here's Gerson from Peru, 28-year-old. He's sponsored by Predator, Kamui, Zona 5, Billiard Cantaro, plays with the Predator Vantage 3. Joven is also a Predator-sponsored player, and he plays with the Vantage 3 also. He's got that new Bacardi butt on that cue. It's a gorgeous cue.
That's a good-looking cue.
It's a gorgeous cue.
I have to say, well, this is not fair. You got that accent. That kind of works out with their names. So I'm going to sound really bad if I say their names.
Well, that's okay. I'll say their names. They're both Spanish names.
Right.
And I speak fluent Spanish, so I
well
try
done.
to say them right.
Nice safe shot there. Successful safe. Amy handed us some notes here. So he's calling the opposite corner, did he call? They called the 10 ball.
That's why not.
Absolutely.
A lot of times these guys will make a call. They'll say, and it's just basically a why not call it just in case.
If you hit it and it goes in, you might as well, right?
Yeah. We're playing 10 ball, folks, and this is 2 races to 4. If they tie a set apiece, it goes to a shootout in stage 1, and it's double elimination. This is round 2. So stage 2 is when we're down to the final 16 players. It will go to a third and deciding set, a race to 4. But if they're tied at 3, it will go to a shootout. Brian, give us some information on exactly what you do, why you do it, and how you do it.
Well, I run a lot of leagues as well as tournaments here in Wisconsin, down in the Milwaukee area. A friend of mine, I talked him into putting pool tables in a back hall that was not being used, and ever since then I've been trying to make it very successful for the pool players. So I run a lot of leagues. My summer leagues, I actually qualify over 200 folks just in my summer leagues for BCA and a couple other sanctioned WSPA and ACS out of the state of Wisconsin here. And then we also run a stream. A good friend of mine, Dale Lorenz, and we started up a stream here in Wisconsin called Outer Point Streaming, and we do that. So I'm used to the commentating part of it. This is all new, which is kind of cool to see different setups, you know. But
yeah, everyone's different, and this is, to me, this is one of the simplest setups. I just push a button, start talking, and then I'm done.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, see, when I do it, I'm pushing all kinds of, because I got to actually be the technical.
Information, scorekeeping, all you do it all. Yeah.
Very nice shot.
Joven is out of the Phoenix area. He actually used to be in healthcare.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he was. But now he's driving Uber, and I rode with him from the airport to here, to the venue here.
Really?
And in Phoenix, he wins tournament after tournament, and he's given up handicaps 8-2, 8-1.
Is he really?
And he just wins them. There was a spurt where he went 44 games in a chip game.
Yeah.
And didn't lose a game.
Really?
Didn't lose a chip.
Wow.
So
went a little long there. He's fine.
He's a 775 Fargo. When he started playing these events I think it was 3 years ago, he was down in the 740s.
Was he really?
So he's He's played a lot. His father is actually a second cousin to Francisco Bustamante, someone that we all know and love.
The
Great Django.
The banners you see up at Derby there.
There, that's it. That's his father's second cousin. So
Wow.
they're a distant relative, and this young man is on his way to gaining the same reputation. He's about to need a jump cue here.
Oh, yeah, a little too long there.
You might be able to see it, I think.
Well, you can tell that the talent has definitely worked its way down the gene pool there.
Yeah. Well, he's also Filipino, and that has a lot to do. I think they're born playing pool.
Right? Yeah. They come out of the womb
That's
with a
right.
cue in their hand.
I wish I could, folks. I wish I could show you this picture of my grandson holding a cue stick in one hand and a microphone in the other. He was
awesome.
a little over a year old. He's just barely walking.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good for him.
It is the cutest picture in life.
Yeah, for me it was when I had twins. My first kids were a set of twins, so it was good, but it was bad all at once.
Yeah. Careful on the scratch here. If he's jumping
yeah.
this, well, he's going to masse it. I like this.
Oh, is
except,
he massing?
except
he's jumping it.
oh, he's jumping. Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
going to masse it.
Oh, beautiful shot. Look at it
Yeah.
come around.
This is going to end up in a very nice
Yeah.
spot, I think.
If it doesn't
Did
go
that
too
take
far.
English on the last rail?
It did a little bit. That's why I think.
Yeah.
Well, he's still got it down here in the bottom. The bottom.
Well, that's where I
corner
thought he was going to be going with it. Once he got there, I thought he was going to land up straight to the corner pocket. I see where he ended up. A
Yeah.
little bit back cut, but he's fine.
Oh,
He's going to the other corner.
almost perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jovan
Wow.
plays very, very steady. I got to play him one game in a chip tournament.
Obviously, you lost your chip.
Yes. Yeah. I missed the 7-ball, okay?
did you
Sorry.
really?
Yeah. And it wasn't that hard of a shot. But, yeah, he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet. But when he's on the table, this guy's a stone-cold killer.
Well, I tell you what, that's kind of what you have to be.
Yeah. And his opponent over there, Gerson Martinez, just got done playing John Moore in a race to 21.
Did he really?
He won that set 21-8.
Did he really?
Yes. He's from Peru, and
Wow.
he's a 791 Fargo, 28-year-old. So we got.
Where'd they play that at?
You know, I'm not sure. It was on Facebook, and
Okay.
I got to see that. And knowing both the players personally, we just had John Moore of the last match on here, so it reminded me. And he's been coming to these Predator Pro Billiard Series events for some time now, 4 years, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And him and a friend of mine, they both became friends, is Ariel Castro out of Argentina.
Really?
And Gerson have done a great job, and they come up here, they support the events. He comes into Texas every so often, Gerson does, and plays. He played in the Texas Open, I believe, did
he
pretty well.
Really?
Yeah, his Fargo has been climbing also. He was in the 760s a while back.
Was he really?
4 years ago.
You
So
know what
back to you.
What I love about a lot of these players is once you get to know them, they have these cool backstories. You know that a lot of people don't know about.
Well, we all have a backstory, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
We all have a
it's
story.
it would be nice because it brings more of a personal level, you know, to the players, to the fans, you know, for them to know that kind of thing. So I like it when stories like that come out and different things you learn about the players, because the more you learn about somebody, you feel like you know them a little bit better, and then when you see them, if you say congratulations, they say congratulations back, which almost every one of these players they do, which is pretty awesome. It kind of brings a sense of, hey, that's kind of cool, you know.
5-ball straight into
I went.
straight in to the
Is
side
that
pocket.
one ball? He's going to have a shot on the one ball, though.
He's got a shot. It's not, well, it's going to be kind of like the spot shot to the top end of the table. And if he makes that, he should be able to. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
He'll, but getting into that 2 is no picnic.
No, it's not. He's
Yeah.
almost had to come down behind the 9 ball. And
Actually, that angle that he has coming off that 1 ball is coming right to where he just aimed, the line he just aimed
Yeah.
on, close to that 2 ball. So he's going to end up close to this 2 ball. Unless he puts something on it to fade the
so if he
the
could
cut.
rub it just a little bit, possibly, just
Yeah.
to push it down.
If he can just make this ball, that cue ball will come 2 rails right at the 2 ball. Hopefully miss the 9, and looks like the angle's going to drive him right by the 9 ball.
Right by, yeah, it
Yeah.
might go right by the side pocket there.
Right. probably hit the diamond.
Yep.
And yeah, I think he goes for this all day.
Yeah, he's putting some left on it. To try
Oh, then he's going to go on the inside of the 4.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
And,
Good.
well, he's close.
Yeah, he didn't want to carry him off that 3 ball. But was it the 3 or was it? Oh, no, he carried off the 9 and then the
And then the 6. He made the 6, yeah. Yeah, he just made the 6. Now, let's see if he goes off the 2 and back up on top of the 7. Maybe a real soft shot. I think he's played safe, or he's going to go up to the corner pocket, one or the other. Yeah, he went all the way around.
Yep, try to come back or hide it behind the 10 ball. Great shot. Good speed on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was actually easier to play than really feathering the 2 ball and coming on top of the 7.
Try to come behind the 7 ball.
He had the 10, the 4, and the 9 to get in his way.
Now, this is a pretty one rail kick shot. If he can hit it correctly and maybe try to hide, call in the side and try to hide behind the 10 or get that 2 ball all the way at backup table.
He's actually going to try to hit just shy of the side pocket or make it, and it should go past the 3 to the head rail.
Right.
But he's got to come real close to the 7, so he may not hit them. There he goes, and
just like that.
And just like that, he's not. It's what you call a containing safety. That's what I call him. In other words, he lives to shoot again, doesn't give up a shot. His opponent has to do something special.
And I'm thinking we're going to see another safe here.
Well, another containing safe because it's just too hard to really get behind the ball.
Can't really bank it back anywhere. Just try to maybe bring the 2 down by the side pocket and hide behind those 3 balls over there on the opposite side.
Just create distance and hopefully, or going for something to stay in the way. See which side he decides to hit the ball on, because he can go to either side.
Right.
He's going to this side. Oh, he double kissed it, and he's in the scratch.
That was an unfortunate error.
And since you pointed out my Spanish accent, that was not so bueno.
Yeah, I know that word.
So, anyway, so then you have a lot to do with pool here in Wisconsin, and also the streaming aspect of it.
I do, and I just want to see pool grow, and the only way to do that is to really get people involved. And I've brought some new players into the league. I run a league where, I'm not a participation trophy type guy, but at the same time, you want to have everybody, you want to let them have fun and not get completely destroyed when they come and play leagues. So I actually use the LMS software that BCA allows you to use for free if you sanction.
Mm-hmm.
It is some of the best software because you can handicap your league however you want.
Right.
The score sheet is on your phone. You don't have no paper, no nothing,
right.
and you can use it for free, which is awesome. But I love the software because you can do an 80% handicap, 90% handicap. We had a team that came in last year, their first time ever playing with their group of guys, and they said they had the most fun. They came back last year, and they said they're continuing to come back because everybody in the league, we're not a hardcore. We don't play for a ton of money, but everyone in the league is very friendly to them and help them out when they need it. They've come in several times, and I've given them some pointers on things, and they love the way the people interact in pool. Just in general, almost everybody's just so nice, and that's what I love to hear.
Yeah, so that's the league management system?
The league management system, yeah.
You said LMS. A lot of people may not know what that was.
Right.
I'm familiar with it because I've used it.
Yeah.
I've actually used it. There's a couple of good systems. That one of the features of that also is it uploads directly into Fargo. As soon as you hit confirm or complete, I think it is, it uploads directly into Fargo.
Directly.
And Fargo doesn't have to do a thing with it, but upload the system.
Right.
I believe it also gives you the player's current Fargo rating when you enter them.
Yes, because I actually, as soon as you pull it up, it's dynamic. Okay. So as soon as you pull up, like for that night, you put in your lineup on the LMS system, it pulls that player's name up, and it's a dynamic. So their current Fargo is right there, and that's what it bases the handicap off of, which is what I love.
So how is that system? I mean, is that very widely used in all leagues, or just?
No.
Because there's a couple other good ones too.
Yeah, Paul Oleszowski, who is another committee member on the Wisconsin committee here. He uses it up in Green Bay area. I use it down in Milwaukee area, and actually I just turned another league operator onto it who actually just sanctioned their league for BCA. I think they're the Wausau area, and she is now using it. So the more people that get to use it and see how user friendly it is, the more people are going to continue to use it. But I think as of now, there's only 3 or 4 league operators that currently use it. A lot of people just still do the Excel sheet and CompuSport they use as well.
Well, for those of you folks out there on your phones that can't read the scoreboard, it's 1-1 Martinez against Bustamante here. Garzón against Joven. And it's winter break. 3-foul rule is in effect. And again, they're racing to 4. 10 ball does not count on the break, but early 10s are, I like to say, encouraged and appreciated.
Do we want to do some score updates on some other tables?
We'll wait for in between the matches.
Okay.
In between the matches, there's a break that we get.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, because Wisconsin has quite the pool community.
Oh yeah.
It's big, and as Arizona, I'm from Arizona, so like we spoke earlier, and it's a booming one there too. I mean, you'll be hard pressed to find better ones in the country.
So you have one of our main guys out there, Jerry Briseth.
Jerry comes out there, and he's very well loved, and he's
such an awesome
by
guy.
the way, that since you know the area, who's this BJ Briseth
LJ
that's playing?
LJ.
It is his son.
Yep.
I asked John Lehman if that was him when I saw him on the lineup in the players list.
Yep, that is his son.
I recognized the name. I didn't notice what his Fargo is, but
so they call LJ as Little John.
Okay.
Little John. His Fargo.
Well,
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what his Fargo.
I can actually find it pretty quick.
You know what?
But meanwhile, here this is
618.
Okay. Do you know how old he is?
I cheated on the list that you were looking at.
Okay, that's what I was. That's where I was going to go, but my computer was off. My iPad was off.
I'm not exactly sure how old you're. I don't want to. LJ, I don't want to.
In case you're listening, or Jerry, if you're listening.
I think he's around my age, 53-ish.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, Jerry's, is he over 80? He's 80s, yeah.
Yeah, he's over. Yeah. I tell you what, that is a man that has really done so much for pool, and he is truly. I've had him down at Sussex a couple times.
Oh,
did it leak out a little bit? Yeah.
It might, but he doesn't have an available shot. He doesn't have anything aggressive, so he's got to find something to do here. Maybe try to slide off the 1 and try to go down by this 3 ball.
Yeah, do you think he can see enough of it to slide off without scratching?
I think so. Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks like it can from here. I don't know if he can hold it against the 3 though, so he might try the 8. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he can see. The players can see a much better angle.
Right.
We're on a monitor, folks, and we don't see the nitty-gritty here, the little things that make them decide.
I know from comment. Oh, so he's got the jump cue up.
Air rush.
I know from a lot of our streams that you never try to make the call looking at the screen because it can look so different from the player's side of.
Ryan, now you know why we are tasked the way we do.
Oh yeah. He tried to make that ball. That was kind of a double shot there.
Yeah. Joven's very aggressive. He plays good safeties. He plays a very controlled cue ball. But if there's an offensive shot, if it's even 60-40 against, he'll take the 44. He'll go for it.
And that kind of worked because even
so is this young man.
If he would have made that shot, because that 2 ball is tied up, he would have still had a great opportunity for a good safe right there. Boy, he did get the safe on him.
Yeah. And both players are actually playing with advantage 3 Predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at this.
It leaked out.
Yeah,
it's
it leaked out
makeable, but makeable for what?
Yeah,
Cue ball's going to track to the 9.
Yep. And
nothing
the
on
ball,
the deuce. Yeah.
It's in a bad spot.
So what do you do here? How much can you hit so you can control your cue ball?
Do you try to come off? Yeah.
Maybe the 4. Softly by the 4. Yeah. Right there. Just like that. Just try to find cover. And that was about The only cover he had was the 4 and the
That was
10.
great speed on that shot.
Yep.
So do you play a lot then?
I play very little, but there's a yes and a no. I play mostly one pocket.
Oh, do you really?
But I enjoy playing just about any. Actually, 10 ball is one of my favorite games. But
I think that league's
so is
done.
one pocket. That's enough to go for it.
There's a lot of one pocket players in Arizona.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Scott Frost influence.
Oh, yeah.
If you stop and think about that. And since he moved to Phoenix, there's quite a bit of guys that appreciate the game. He's helped them with their games.
Nice.
And there was a good influence before Scott even got there. Yeah, there was a lot of one pocket out there.
The one person that really loved pocket in our area was, unfortunately, rest his heart, was Pete Hurd. You ever heard of Pete Hurd?
I haven't. Jeff Carter is from this area, isn't he?
Jeff Carter.
Isn't he from the Wisconsin area?
You know, I might have been in older, because I just started. I
Yeah,
played pool.
he's a guy in the, he'd probably be 70-ish by now.
Yeah, I played pool in high school.
Okay.
That's where I first learned. And then I set the cue down when I went in the Air Force, and I picked up golf. And then about 11 years ago, I picked the pool back up again and just fell in love with it. So
Okay.
I was kind of out of it for about 30 years, so there were a lot of players that came in and out while I was not in it. But Jeff Carter sounds familiar as far as, oh, that does go.
Yeah. This young man finds a gear. We're going to see some racks.
But Pete Hurd was a great player here in the Milwaukee area, and he loved one pocket. Absolutely loved one pocket. Nice part of Pete shared his wealth, almost kind of like Willie Munson, who just recently passed.
Okay.
Willie was the same way. Hung out down at Romines, and he'd play you $1 a game all day long, $2 a game. You wouldn't win much, but you would win in the knowledge you'd gain from him, because he was so generous with sharing his
Those are
thoughts.
very, very cheap lessons.
Yes.
Especially if they're playing one pocket. That's $1 a game.
Yeah.
Usually now it's 5 or 10, and those you consider those lessons, you know. But
I was down in Derby for my first time last year. I actually went down there. Oh, nice shot. Larry Neville. He was pretty ill, and I was good friends with Larry and Michelle Neville, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to be his last year. Obviously, he got invited every single year, and I went down there and kind of spent some time with Michelle and Larry, and got to see one pocket played at the height. Ooh,
he's going to come out okay, I think.
At some of the highest levels. You know.
Larry Neville was a great player.
Yeah.
Had one of the best strokes in life.
Man, I'd say he lived just about 3 blocks. Him and Michelle moved and were living about 3 blocks from Sussex at one point. They moved down there for a little bit. So they were in Sussex all the time. And he would come in there and I'd be like, yeah, I got you now. And he would come up with a shot and just be like, Larry, can you get out of here, please? Just leave.
Larry has a shot on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, that the cue ball is about where the 8 ball is right now.
Yeah.
And there's a ball in front of the corner pocket in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, so it's about 7 feet away. He fires the ball in the corner pocket and then draws the cue ball 3 rails around.
Really?
So it basically draws the cue ball 18 feet.
No kidding.
3 rails.
I'm going to have to look that up.
And that's a stroke and a half.
Oh.
I think it's on a bar box, but still.
Still.
That's a.
It was probably on a valley with really good felt.
But yeah, he had just a fantastic stroke. And this young man's working his way into this game.
Yes, he is.
For win number 2 in a race to 4.
Uh-oh.
He's okay. He's more than okay. You can see the angle was right to the corner of the side pocket of the rail there. Now he's going to back this up. He's going to come in reverse towards the 10 and wants to get about to where his hand is. And that's all he needs.
That's it.
So as far as the leagues go, how important is this CSI tournament, these Wisconsin championships, for your league, for the area?
Well, I tell you what, when we started the committee, And then Ozzy had told us that they were going to bring a pro
event in.
It was kind of a hush-hush, don't say anything now, but we're going to bring a pro event in with the state tournament. I tell you, our committee was just like, really? Are you serious? And then all of a sudden, it was that next year COVID had hit, so that everything didn't pan out. So then at our state event here, we showcased Wisconsin's top Wisconsin players. So we had a tournament amongst but the moment that people heard that we were having a pro event where you could come and watch the pros for free, I tell you what, there was nothing but, are you serious? When is it?
Yeah.
When is it? Let me sign up. It was pretty exciting news to everybody, and having this event alongside of a state tournament is pretty cool.
Well, Q Sports International and Predator, in my opinion, have come up with a great formula with having the state championships in conjunction with the pro events.
Right.
It provides an instant spectator field. It gives access to all the amateurs to all the pros, and the pros to the amateurs, so the pros can build a brand.
Right. Absolutely.
And once the pros are able to build a brand, it builds spectators, it builds a fan club, it builds popularity, it builds support. Now, when a player's going to be in an area, you got people coming out to see him.
I've had, before this week of this year, probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've had, at minimum, 10 people send me a message saying, hey, I'm not playing the state tournament because I can't, but when are the pros coming? I'm still going to come up there and watch. You know what I mean? And they were going to bring their families up and watch. So to me, that's what it's all about, is getting your amateur players and their families and just everybody in the pool community an opportunity to come watch these guys for free.
And not have to travel to Vegas.
Right.
Because Vegas, of course, is the national championships for USA League
USAPL.
and the World Championships for the BCA.
Yep.
So BCAPL.
So it's CSI state the championships, which encompasses USAPL and BCAPL. I've never really looked into USAPL.
They just play a little bit different
Yeah,
formula,
that's what I heard.
a little different formula than the BCA.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
And the other thing that Q Sports International and Predator have done is they've grown these events. When they first started, I was really fortunate and able to participate in the first one of these in Arizona.
Oh, really?
I'm from Arizona, and I actually met Ozzy, I think it was 2015, when they held their first state championships for Arizona there. And it was Mike Page that came out with Fargo, and they asked me to do commentary. I think, if I remember correctly, Ozzy was looking for a commentator. And,
nice.
And Mike Howerton from AZ Billiards recommended me. I had to pay him a lot of money, but he recommended me. and ever since then, Ozzy keeps calling me and say, "You guys want to do commentary?" And I keep coming out, and I love it.
Oh, it's so much fun. It really is.
But getting back to them growing it, first it was 4 events. Like this year, there's 6 events here in the States. There's 17 around the world, in Austria, in Puerto Rico, and they're trying to get one in Japan right now. It's just not confirmed. Yeah, it's just not confirmed. I had heard about it. It was scheduled. If it did happen, it might happen in September.
Wow.
And when you start hitting that community, and
Oh, yeah.
all the other communities you're hitting, if you think pool's not growing,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and you watch the prize monies, the very first place event in Arizona played 12-5. Now they're paying 25 and 20.
Yeah.
This one's 22-5.
That's awesome.
So it doesn't happen overnight, but it's growing and growing big, and he's missed that one. Joe Hoven.
He knew it as soon as he hit it.
Well, you usually do.
Yeah.
I
tell you,
feel it.
when I saw that Puerto Rico one come up last year, I'm like, I want to go, but I couldn't.
I heard about that Puerto Rico one, and Ozzy, if you're listening, when they didn't ask me to do Puerto Rico, I'm sitting there, oh my Lord, and I speak the language. And
they didn't ask you to do Puerto Rico?
No, well they filled in with Jimmy White. They filled my spot.
Oh, did they really?
And what a great choice.
Wow.
Jimmy White's is spectacular.
Wow.
And they just needed some help, and they did take me to Austria though, which I was very flattered. I was very flattered. They asked me to do Austria. That was, and the venue out there is fantastic.
Is it really?
And they're going to have it again. In fact, they're going to have, I think it's 4 world championships out there.
Are they really?
Men's or women's, juniors. The team championships have changed. They're switching those. I think they've gone to Puerto Rico.
Really?
But yeah, there's quite a few championships out there for that. So
well, that gives Martinez a 3-1 lead here in this first set.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Well, the one thing about the format here, folks, is that 3-1 lead is not safe. We just watched John Mora in the last match come from a 3-2 down to win 4-2. Did he win 4? I think so. No, 4-3.
4-3.
And then he was down 3-0 and came back and won 4-3.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
There were some, rolls involved here and there, but nonetheless,
hey, that's
won
pool.
4-0. That's pool. And that's short races.
Yep. Yeah, when I had heard about John Mora and what he had gone through.
Oh,
wow.
Converting the
Switching?
left-handed? Yeah.
Yes. It's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I'm sure everybody that's watching here is familiar with John Mora's story. But
world-class player converts to playing left-handed up his hand because of injury to his neck and back.
Was his neck or shoulder? Shoulder area?
In that area.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The one thing I did notice,
incredible.
though, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, I doubt it, because I'm never wrong. Tongue in cheek, okay?
You sound like Dale.
Tongue in cheek.
The guy who's coming in next.
Only I make fun of it, all right?
Oh, I do.
But
we do too.
John is very left-eye dominant.
Is he?
You can see that when he was right-handed. You can see him with his eye over the cue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now that he switched to left-handed, well, it suits him perfect.
It's easier.
And I notice things like that because I am left-handed, and I see a lot of right-handed players with their head cocked over the cue.
Yep.
To look at it with
their
their
dominant
or this
eye.
way with their dominant eye. So then you were so go on with some of the more history that you wanted to bring to us.
History. My history, or you don't want to know my history?
The Wisconsin history.
Oh, the Wisconsin
regarding pool.
history. Well, ever since I got back into it, I saw a need for the juniors to really. We need something. We need, because if we don't bring some junior players up, and we don't get them involved, this game is going to slowly die out.
Well, guys like me are dying out. Yeah.
Right. I mean, guys like me are dying out. I mean, and I tell you, we just went down and did a junior event down at Monica Webb's place.
Okay.
It was called the Battle of Junior Champions.
Okay.
It was a Moscone Cup style event that Tracy Lerma and Eddie Altman, who runs the JRBSF. Eddie Altman, I tell you what, he's doing so much for junior players. I love this guy. He's doing it out of his own goodness of his heart. He's spent so much of his money. He actually has an organization that gives back. It's a nonprofit organization that whatever money comes in, he gives it straight back to junior players to help their travel expenses and different things. And they had this event down there that was a Moscone Cup style event, and I tell you, it was so amazing to see these kids, just the maturity of these kids and the respect they had for the game and the respect they had for other players, their fellow, not just their teammates, but their competitors. They didn't get mad at a shot. It was such a team event, and it was so cool to see the captains of each team, how they stepped up, and just like, it's like they almost grew as individuals that weekend. And the kids had just the most amazing time. And I'd love to see more of that, just to get more kids involved and see how fun this game can really be.
You make a great point, because the U.S., in comparison to, well, people talk about how the Europeans have come over here and they do this and do that with their programs. Poland, they have 7 to 10 of the best players in the world, and government sponsored.
Are they really government sponsored?
I think it's in their school. They
Really?
you take a class just like everybody else.
I heard that.
And there's other countries that the same way, that you can take courses in this for juniors, and they really develop. Just look at the junior tournaments. Well, we just had a junior player just a little bit ago on the stream, Payne McBride.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He just played a junior international champion, and
Yeah, there's a couple juniors playing.
Yeah.
Well, Sam Henderson, who I think is 17 years old.
Well,
17 years
Payne
old.
is 16.
Yeah,
I think he turned 17 June 4th.
Wow, good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is sorely needed. In conjunction with Pockets down in Tucson, I got involved with the juniors, and we had 6 or 7 kids coming out and playing every Tuesday. They
Nice.
play 3 hours, and we give them instruction and try to develop them. What we noticed though was that the kids were just there for the fun, for the social value, and we had 1 or 2 kids that showed promise, but they weren't interested in pursuing that.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because you're not going to push a kid. You want them to
Yeah,
have fun, and
you
they're
can't.
there to have
Yeah.
fun. And they either want it or they don't. Some
Right.
kids just, and we have actually a very promising young man by the name of Malik Hoskins. He's actually a world-class wrestler.
Is he really?
He's 14 years old, I think it is, 13 or 14 years old.
Big kid?
No, he's a
No.
very small kid, very, very light, and but what a character, what a great kid he is. And he, when you get guys like that, you can really get behind it and
Right.
enjoy teaching them, enjoy showing them, because as soon as you say something, they're like a sponge and soak it
Oh,
all
yeah.
in. But some of the other kids, I'm just here to have fun. Okay, that's no problem. We'll have fun.
It's like you can almost see it after,
You see it
after a couple
immediately.
weeks.
You see it immediately.
Maybe the first week, their eyes are wide open. Oh, this is cool. But then as the couple weeks go on, you know which ones.
Yeah.
You can see it in their eyes. You can see it in the way they act.
And they're
That's
the
cool.
They're the ones with the parents coming in and
Yeah.
playing with them and stuff like that. So, I think we did it for 2 years, and they put together tournaments, every quarterly tournaments
Did they?
for these guys, for the juniors. And they had some. They were all mostly in Phoenix. Well, actually, they were all in Phoenix except for the ones held in Pockets
Nice.
in Tucson. And but yeah, the junior pool is where it's just the future of this game kind of depends on it, because
Yes, sir.
this is a recreational game in the most part. There's more people that play pool than any other, if you want to call it a sport, in the world. Bowlers, they don't have a chance.
No.
Because everybody plays pool.
Oh,
But
lost it.
here in America, it's a game.
Yep.
In Europe, it's a sport.
It's a
And they
sport.
treat it like one. And there's a big difference there between those two. Meanwhile, back at the ranch here, we are at the Wisconsin Pro Billiard Series Open, the Apex, and you have Gerson Martinez and Joven Bustamante in a second round winners match, and Gerson leads 3-2. He now has ball in hand to close out the first set. 2 races, of course. Each, if they split the sets, they go to a shootout. So winning the first set is very important, because
Yeah.
the worst you can do is a shootout.
Yep.
So you can say it relieves the pressure a little bit, but you never know.
That's
He's never out of it.
He wanted to make sure he slid past that ball, because even though he had ball in hand, this wasn't the easiest of racks as long as you get correct on your balls here.
Well, it's all, if that 3 ball goes, he's in good shape. But I'm not sure that 3 ball goes by the 9. Yes, it does. Wow,
yeah.
what an
You-
angle.
You see that?
Yeah.
As soon as you said that,
Yeah.
it popped right in
Well,
there.
the camera people, and our we have a producer
they
up
can
front.
hear?
They hear every word. If I say something stupid, they correct me.
Or they just mute you, one of the two.
I get corrected all the time. But so they'll point out angles and things like that to make it easier.
That's awesome.
So it's not like you're running your own stream unless you have access to your own
Yeah.
views, different camera angles.
Yeah.
But they do that for us. There's 2 live cameramen on each end, on each corner of the
Yes,
table.
yes, yep.
And we also have the overhead, like this one right here, actually. He's
Great
coming down
stroke
for the
to get-
4. He doesn't want to be straight in, but he
No.
is. No, he's not. He just
Oh.
got enough angle. He's perfect. Just across the center of the table. Just barely across the center of the table. And he'll be perfect on his 5. He can either stop it for the 6 and then roll over to the 7.
Yeah, 'cause the 7 ball will go past
Yeah,
either
one.
one there.
So it all depends if you like shooting the side pockets or not. I hesitate to shoot the side pockets.
Especially if you have to put any spin
Yeah.
on it whatsoever.
You can get well, because if you don't get the correct angle, now you're running the cue ball a long way.
Yep.
And on a slick cloth like this, if you're running the cue ball, your position can fail pretty quick.
So luckily he's gonna have to come back across 2 rails here for the
Just
7.
one.
You think?
He'll just
Think-
come
you
straight
think
across.
one?
Yeah, he'll, as long as he stays above the side pocket, doesn't go into that side pocket,
Okay.
he'll just go one.
Oh, he
He
slid
spun
down.
up. He spun
Wow.
up. Yeah. He could have come across, or
Yeah.
and see what he did there, and he did a great job with it, is that he took the side
scratch,
pocket
yep,
out of play, completely out of play.
And not only that, if you come down too far, now you're going towards the 8.
That's line
On the
shape.
7,
Yeah,
yep.
that's line shape. And now he's perfect for the 8. Yeah, playing line position is just, and by that I mean going from the rail, for instance, on the same line you're going to pocket the ball, like
Okay, yeah.
hitting where the rail is on the 8 and going straight at that 9 ball for that corner pocket. And he's going to come across a little bit. He's going to come across the line actually, just like this, and now back out. But see,
Yep.
this gives him a really nice angle for a 2-rail positional shot
From
on
the
the
10,
10.
yep.
Yeah. Now he can choose to come close to the side pocket, on the top side pocket of this view, or he can wrap it out and play to the opposite pocket
Right.
and come like a
Almost 3 rails.
almost 3 rails, well, basically 3 rails
Yeah.
between the first and second diamond, and that's what he's done. He's going to travel a little bit more.
Yep.
He's on the 50 here, but
Yeah,
this
he
is
is.
this is a cut shot that amateurs should practice quite a bit. This is almost a spot shot that
Right.
that they'll have to play if they are tied.
Pretty close, yeah.
Except the cue ball will be further back. So that angle is one you need to learn, and he's hit it perfect.
Got it.
And he wins the first set. With that, he wins set number 1
Very nicely done.
at 3-2. At 4-2. And we're going to go for a short break, and we'll be back with Brian Hollenbeck with more information. And we are back, folks, with Gerson to break the balls. Set number 2, since Jovan broke first. The winner of the lag breaks first in the first set. The loser of the lag breaks the second set, so everyone gets equal time or opportunity. And I know we were a little off base on some of our commentary, getting some information out there, so we'll try to be a little more on track for you guys. Appreciate the comments in the chat, and well, let's see if we can stay on track here. He just broke the balls, made a ball on the break, kind of from the middle. He's playing the 9 in the side, the 7 in the other, but it looks like the 4-railer went. Nope.
Nope.
The 2 ball got up there, snuck up. Not much of a shot on the 1.
Unfortunately, a 1 ball hit that outer point and went straight up table. So I apologize to all the viewers out there that I'm gonna take I'm going to take responsibility for that because I promised Amy that I would kind of share a lot of things with the BCA, so that's on me. So we'll get back to the actual game here. Beautiful shot there. Nice safe
Yeah,
shot.
I don't know if he can shoot by that 8 and go one rail up towards the. Well, he's going to call this way, so he's going to try to kick one rail off the bottom rail here by the side pocket. This is a nice shot. This is a lot of these pros, especially this young man here, he should hit this. I think he makes it 2 rails and slides down. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Come 2 rails. Just wow, look at that.
Oh,
and almost made it.
Great shot, Jovan. I mean, that was missed by a fraction, less than a fraction.
And again, that's a 2-way shot too. So as long as you come off that second rail and get that cue ball down table.
Yeah, as long as you kick that to the pro side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It comes back over, and you'll usually get a safety out of it. But how safe is this? I think if he wants to, he can fire at this bank, and it's a 2-way shot.
Right.
But he's gonna play safe all the way. He's not gonna mess around. Use the 410. But some players will take that and just say straight back.
Right. But 2-way. Let me try it. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, hopefully I'll get behind the 9.
The ones I was thinking about play a lot of bank pool, and they'd be firing that ball.
Yeah, we're just calling it.
That's right. Here goes another shot, just kind of like what he just had. He's going to come off of it. He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
But did he get behind that?
I don't think so, but he's left a long straight-in shot. But since the 2 ball's out of the way, the 3 ball's next, and if he just pockets this ball, he should have position on the 3 in the side if he wants, or the corner. So it's how he wants to pocket this ball. Does he want to roll it? You know, those long, soft, straight-in shots. People practice. I mean, one of the best lessons I've seen is from Bert Kinnister on this.
Yeah.
He lines them up out of the corner pocket, out of the jaw, straight in, and then he pockets the ball. But not only does he pocket the ball, he plays it to one side of the pocket or the other.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. He does it on a Valley bar box. Look at this shot.
Great stroke on that. And that 3 ball does clear.
He's got a window.
Yes, he does.
He came up too far. Maybe he was playing that position, but
I think he was thinking more down in this
side pocket.
Here.
I think he was inside.
But he looks like he does have the clearance to get through past the 5 ball.
And I don't think the 4 goes past the 10, so he may come back right at the 10.
He might be a little too straight, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he might just come straight back towards the 10.
Wow, how did he hit that?
A little harder would have worked.
A little harder, a little softer, yeah. I think I got 50-yard line there.
Yeah, he was like the Beatles. He got nowhere, man.
He's calling the bank shot.
He plays all games. He played the bank shot, but he played it 2-way.
Wow.
Notice the safety.
Yes.
But the problem with playing that shot, the way he just played it, is if it hangs up, it's very available to a kick.
Right.
So, but on new cloth like this, that's a big pocket at that speed.
Yep. He just needs to get below that 8, which does just fine.
Wow. Garçon's coming up strong here.
He is. He's looking. He's in stroke here. He's hitting them real well. Hey, just pop this in or 8 in the side, or you try to take the 8 down in the corner. It depends if you like
Let's
side
take a look at this again here. I looked away. He's just going to stop and take the 8 ball right there.
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to bring it back just a hair. Well, that's all he needs. Straighten out, just where he can stop the cue ball. And he'll just run to the rail if he wants.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's got a little angle. He wanted a little angle to come off the rail and come back maybe a little bit towards the center of the table to get a little easier on the 9, just so he's not on the rail.
He's got it. He's got everything he wants here.
So he just came straight back with it.
Yeah. Now he's going to come I think he stays above the side pocket to make sure he doesn't get down there. No, he traveled right at the 10. Perfect. He's perfect.
Speed's off a little bit, about a half inch off.
I'll tell you what, if I can hit position that good,
right?
I'm kind of like life here. And he wins the first game.
I'll take my half inch speed off a little bit there.
That was one of those 10 balls that I think I would be safe to bet $1 on.
Yeah. Just $1, that's it?
Well,
Monopoly money, right?
On my budget, it's just $1.
Yeah, yours at mine.
But Gennaro racking the balls here, referee.
So when'd you get in?
Day before the tournament started. I got in on Tuesday.
Were you here last year?
I think I was, but it just looks so different. I don't remember all this area. I really don't. I remember it. Plus, I was here in February.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if you were here last year, because this is much better weather now.
And we had a great tournament, and, but they kind of run together for me.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, and unless I look at my notes, because I do keep notes on the matches that I call.
Oh, day.
Well,
Oh yeah.
and
right.
and unless I looked at my notes, because was it Alex Kazakis won last year, and Bader Alawaldi was second place, and there were some matches that I know that
look
I
at that
called.
10-ball. The 10-ball went around the table. Wow.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No,
it usually stays
doesn't.
down the bottom. In fact, I've seen it quite a bit roll towards that left-hand corner on the bottom.
Really?
Today. In fact, it was made twice, and saw it hang up there a few times. Once for an early win, and that 10 ball was hit. And we saw the break again, and it just went way up. Fortunately, the 9 ball stayed there. Otherwise, he might be shooting the 10 ball right here.
Absolutely.
Jovan needs to get together here because he needs to win this to send it to a shootout. Both of these guys are deadly in a shootout. This ball goes, and he does make it. But the short stick's going to come out.
Yeah, you not want to run into that ball to hide behind the.
Well, the good thing about it is if he makes this jump shot, he might be able to hold. Oh no, the 3 ball's next. I was thinking the 4 ball.
Yeah, up there. Yeah.
But the 3 ball's up on top of the rail.
I think if he stops it right there, he could cut the 3 ball in pretty easily.
He's got his air rush. And he's coming down. Shot clock's down to 2 seconds.
Oh, he went. Oh, so he was actually going up in that corner towards the 3 ball.
Yeah, keep in mind, folks, they are on the 30-second shot clock.
So you got down to within, what, 10 seconds it starts? Or 5
You got
seconds?
down to 3.
Oh, so it's 5 seconds.
It starts beeping to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
2 or 3 as he was down to when he hit the ball. On the bottom of the screen, you'll see the shot clock there.
Oh yeah.
And it was down. It was in red, so it was. That's when it starts. It turns yellow, and in 5 seconds it'll turn red and start beeping.
Oh. That was a rare. Just hit that one a little bit too hard. Jawed it in the pocket. Trying to get up table for that 3 ball, really hit that pretty hard. So they don't have anything under it to signify if they've already called their extension, hey?
Not that we can see. The players can see a little. I think it's a different color.
Right, out
on the screen. They have a screen where the shot clock is, so they can see the shot clock winding down on the bottom. And now let's see if he tries to slide that cue ball over by the 10. Or does he cut the opposite side and go all the way down the other side of the table, creating distance? He just banked it over. He's trying to get behind a 4 ball. Very nice shot. I think the 5 ball is going to come into play.
Yep. Got a snooker there.
Well, easy kick, but where's he kicking to? The point is, it's to open space, really. He's going to have to get a little fortunate.
You always have to come to the backside of it and try to get back over to the 8 ball.
That's where he's coming, and now he's thinking, all right, where does the 3 ball go? There's no cover. So basically, he wants to hit as you look at the screen here, the top side of it. So it goes 1 rail to the middle of the head rail on the left. Well, he went down. He came down underneath it. Nice shot. Worked out pretty good. I think the 5 ball has his bank blocked. Did the 6 ball set up for a carom?
It's close to in the pocket, but it could.
Yeah, he could bring this cue ball down.
Yeah.
And the 3 ball is going to go 3 rails around if he does that. and he'll have a shot on the 3.
I didn't see what he called.
I'm thinking he's going to play the 6 ball. Oh, no, he played safe.
Oh, he was
He
trying to
attempted-
make the
he
3.
did
So
play
it's a
safe.
two-way shot. Although if he would have made it, he wouldn't have had good shape on the 4
No,
ball.
that's why I just thought he was just
Yeah.
playing safe all the way. Another kick shot here. This one could be made, so he should call. Yeah, he's calling it. And
Just be
oh, he
careful.
got away with it because hitting that side, that was a big pocket with that 9 ball there.
Yes.
And
He
he's
hit it
left
straight on.
He's left an open shot, except he's elevated. And he just might play safe behind the 4 if he can. I'm not sure how much of that.
I tell you what, that 9-10, the way it is.
I would be just trying to park this cue ball
Yeah.
behind the 4. I would be elevating here and parking it behind the 4. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't want to make it.
Uh-oh.
Well, you might be able to make the 4.
That-
If that's not froze to the 4, he might be. It's froze.
Oh, so he called. He called.
He
didn't
called
call
safe. He didn't
called
call it.
safe,
Okay.
Right. So
He's
so
gonna-
now it is
Well-
Martinez's option.
I think if it's not kissing the 4, if it's not against it, he's going to shoot it. I think he's going to try to cut it in the side. And just play safe behind the 8.
safe.
Well, now see, he's got a rail first shot and a big pocket with the 9. Well, the 9's
yeah.
froze, maybe not. And plus, when that cue ball comes off that 4, if he's going for the pocket, it's going for the scratch.
Absolutely. So if it's at bottom side, yeah, that cue ball's going to shoot right down towards the 9-10. And definitely a scratch. You almost have to go top side of this, wouldn't you?
He
Try to
could
top
kick it
side.
and try to get distance and leave it in the middle of the bottom table. I think I would go for the rail first shot and try to make it
Yeah.
in the corner by the 9. Oh, he kicked it out of there. He's not going to be, well, he hasn't left a lot. The 6 ball's there available, but it's a little bit out of the pocket.
Yeah, and the way that the 4 ball is going to come off the 6 ball, it's going to come down towards the short rail there.
A
So just
smart
play-
shot.
oh,
That's a
beautiful
smart shot
Absolutely.
right there.
Because now the 9, oh no, the 9 and 10 are even worse now.
No, the 9 and 10, you've got to play position off of the 7 to hit the 10.
And
and
now
then get a shot on
unfortunately
the 8.
that 8 ball is, it looks like it's tugged up against the rail.
Yeah, but that 8 ball, actually, if you play it with a good speed, the 8 ball's an insurance shot. You're going to have a straight-in shot in the corner.
True.
But that corner's going to move right now. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. You thought it was going
I thought
to.
that 4 ball was going into it.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why he shot it at that speed. But now, let's see if he can. Yeah, he wants the cue ball by the side pocket on the bottom there so he can go towards that 9 with the when he shoots the 7. He'll just roll this in the side, I believe. Position on the 5.
Think I hold. Oh yeah. Hold it for the side.
Yep. Now he wants the cue ball about a foot to the left of where the 5 ball is right now, or maybe even 6 or 8 inches from where the 5 ball is. Or is he looking to play the 8 ball into the 9?
I think that 9's
That
a
could be
little
tricky.
too far out though.
I think the 9 ball's froze.
Yeah, it looks a little too far out.
Yeah. So let's see how he handles it.
Oh,
He
oh.
went. Oh, he just
Whoa.
messed.
Was he trying to break it there? You think?
I think
Come
so.
around 3
There's
rails
no,
and
there's
break
no
it
other
there.
reason to hit it that
Right.
hard since his insurance shot is on the 6 ball and
Right.
it's hanging in the pocket.
Right.
That's a great insurance shot.
Yeah.
You're going to get that unless you're, even if you're hooked behind the 8, you've got a kick
Right.
shot.
That was definitely a very intelligent shot there to try to break that out.
Garcon is, I'm telling you, he's quite the player. People, they look at the top players and they write this young man off quite a bit, but the ones that know him, they don't
he
write
can
him
play,
off.
right?
They don't write him off.
Not betting against him.
First year I saw him, he beat Shane 7-4
Did he really?
in Vegas. Big win for him.
Oh, he said try it again. Oh, almost a. It was a three cushion. Just hoping to get down there. Just rub it just a little bit.
Yeah. See, now he's
Yeah.
now he's got to get the perfect angle to be able to come and break the 9.
Yeah, unfortunately on this slippery cloth, putting top on this is not going to give him enough speed to get over there to run into those right now.
I'm sorry, but where the balls are laying, he just might open this ball up off the 9. I think he has to. I think he has to risk it.
Yeah, he's almost got the perfect.
Yeah.
Hit this straight on right here.
Yep.
Come off the rail a little bit. So he did call the 8.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is hit too far out and
Right.
they all hang.
Yeah, see, looking at that angle, you can definitely. It looks a little closer than the overhead. It does make it a little bigger pocket, but he still has to be pretty precise on the shot. Oh, so he just.
I would have gone into the rail and into the 9.
That was a valiant effort, but yeah, I agree with you.
He's lucky he didn't scratch, if you ask me.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah, 1/8 of an inch to the right, and he scratches.
Yep. With 2 balls left, yeah.
Yep. I think Jovan will just bank this. Well, I don't know. I don't like the angle on this bank shot.
I think
Actually,
it's far enough off the rail. I think he'll cut it right in.
I think he'll go, and 2 rails on the cue ball. Let's see which he prefers. I like the cut as I look at this a little closer, because the angle is not quite. If I was a little more to the center of the table, I'd take
For
the
the
bank.
bank, yeah.
I'd take the bank.
So he did call an extension. He wants to look at this a little further, which is, I mean, it's a big shot here.
He's got a safety behind the 10 if he chooses.
True. Wow.
You called
good.
it. You called it, Brian.
Hit it good.
Is he going to go? He's
Come
going to
up.
bounce. It's going to
Come up.
bounce. It's going to bounce enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's okay.
Just doesn't want to put any right English on this and go up towards that corner pocket.
The side pocket is more of a danger in the corner.
Yeah, I say if he puts some right on it to try to throw it, to spin it up. No, you put a lot on to get it out of there. Yeah. Good shot. Ties it up, 1-1.
And Jovan is off and running. He's got to win this. We haven't had a shootout on this table yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, we got to have one now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
I'm going to just go out there and tell him. We're just doing a shoot-off, okay?
Garrison might tell you where to go
Right.
in Spanish.
Yeah, so I don't know what he says. Well, you tell me what he says, okay?
No.
All right.
No.
Fair enough.
You handle your own affairs there.
Yeah, you want to go out there and be that dumb? You go right ahead. The Rums of Puerto Rico. Hey, we're talking about Puerto Rico. My cousin played AAA baseball down in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And so I actually went down there with him a couple times because he knows a couple players down there still. And that's why I wanted to go back to Puerto Rico so bad. It is so beautiful down there. Oh, my God. Puerto Rico is just absolutely beautiful.
Well, all I heard was great comments about the event there in San Juan is where they had it.
Yep.
And I heard the venue was absolutely beautiful. The weather was awesome.
Oh,
I mean, everything about it was just fantastic. I didn't hear one cross word about anything down there, except the guys that lost, of course.
Right.
So they're cross about everything. But no, it was quite the venue, quite the event.
Gonna go? No. Well, it's going to leave. You got a safe coming up here?
I think he
Seems to
might
try
play
to
safe
combo.
because that combo is a little tough. But the one thing about the combo is I see how this table lays. Is it wins you the game.
Yeah, if he makes the combo,
Yeah.
he's pretty much out. The
So,
table lays pretty good here.
But yeah, because the one ball's going to stay in front of the pocket. And Garson shot a harder combo than this earlier. But he's playing safe right behind. Oh, yes, he is. He's perfect.
Wow.
And what a lockup
Wow.
that is.
What a beautiful shot that was.
Good luck hitting
Wow.
this. Get your wizard hat on because he's
Yeah.
got to channel his inner efference. I tell you, this is a shot and a half.
This is one of those, go off the outer point, jump it over the table.
Can he push it past the two ball here? He must. If he's looking at it, it must go by the two ball.
It didn't look like it could.
Oh,
it
my.
did.
Well, see, he channeled his inner
Wow,
efferent
he
and
sure
created
did.
space.
He sure did, but left a pretty straight-in shot.
Yep.
So let's say if he could just roll this one in, now the table's pretty open. Wow, I didn't think he'd be able to get past that.
I thought he was up against the 2. Again, folks, we're looking at a monitor, so that's not going to. Oh, is it going to slide?
Nope.
Yes, it does. That's how forgiving this new cloth is.
Wow.
It still slides. It's sliding. Keep in mind, there's 13 tables here. 12 of them are used for practice and for matches, and they're played on from 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight.
Yep.
You know, this one, it only sees match play.
That was a diamond and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
The angle wasn't steep, but it's going to slide.
It was good speed, though, too, and that's important.
Well, that speed goes from, you know, with the right speed, it makes a 4.5-inch pocket about 7 or 8 inches.
Absolutely. Totally agree. So he's take the combo here.
What a great shot by Gerson.
Yeah.
And see how careful he was not to lay that on the rail?
He didn't want to get it too far forward, because if he would have stuck that on the rail, it would not have been good for him. He left a perfect angle to come down table. So he got the 4 or the 5? The 4 down? Oh, yeah, 4's down here, yep. To get on this 4 for the 5. So I think the only issue you might have is the 8 ball here, just to get good position on the 8.
And the 6 ball's in a perfect location to go down to the upper part of your screen there by the side pocket for the 8 in the corner. And this is an important match. The winner here needs to win one more match to get into the final 16 and go to stage 2, which of course becomes final elimination. But on stage 2, really, it's 4 matches in a row to win it.
Single elimination.
Yeah. Yeah, you win.
Perfect angle.
You got to win that first stage, or that 16, and then quarterfinal, semifinal, and then the final. So you're 4 matches away.
So I think pretty much once you get the final 16, you're in the money, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, the money on that is. Let me tell you here, folks. It's $1,250. $1,250. Oh, that's the women's. I'm sorry. 1641. 1641.
Oh, for the okay.
9th through 16th.
Yep. So he got a little steep on this 9 ball. You think he's just going to float around the 10 ball, or come out?
He might go into the 10 ball. Ah, he drew around it.
Drew straight out through it. Good shot.
Gerson's got that winner walk if you watch him.
He does, yeah. That pep in his step there.
That gives you quite the pep. When you start making balls and you start getting comfortable with the table, that step picks up pretty quick.
You see that a lot with like Sky Woodward. When he gets into stroke, it's like he's almost running around the table. He's so much in stroke that, boom, he's up, going to the next shot.
There's quite a few players. Another guy is Shane.
Oh yeah.
When Shane gets dialed in and he's, sees the finish line, he's a different player.
Well, and it's amazing when they get to that point. You see once they break, it's how fast their brain processes the way they're running that table.
One glance.
Exactly.
One glance.
They're down on it, and boom, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch that pool.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this game that just hooks you is the rush it gives you when you're in the zone. Yeah. And it's funny because you're so calm on the inside. You feel so calm when you're in the zone, and everything flows. Yeah. And then that's why a lot of players will start talking to you. If you're not in a match like this where you can tell the guy, hey, shut this.
Right.
Please be quiet. Or, they'll start talking to you, get you out of that zone. Mm-hmm. They don't let you go there.
All right, rack number 4. About to ensue. I just saw a meme. Someone had sent me a meme along that lines of there's a couple that takes a guy out golfing for the first time. He's like, "This is my first time golfing, but I'm just out here just to appease you." And he hits that one shot, and he hits it so good, and he hits it right next to the pin. He's like, "I'm dedicating my life to this sport now." You know, you get that feeling when you get in that zone. It's just such a good feeling.
And then when you miss an easy one, oh wow!
It almost looked like a dead rack.
Yeah,
that cue ball.
It kind of did, but you can tell. We see this again. You can tell by the way the cue ball reacts. Let's see.
Yeah, you see that one ball barely moved.
Yeah. And that can happen.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
It can happen. It's not, no one's doing anything on purpose, but
No.
it's, you have humans working, and the balls are round.
Yep. And
Stuff
there's a lot
happens.
of marks on the table that you know you can't see by the just looking at. Literally, how many times have you racked a set balls? All of a sudden you're walking up and you just happen to see that head ball rolled off just a little bit.
Oh, Joven lit up on that. He didn't get behind the 5. He was rolling to get on top of the 5 ball. He didn't.
That's going to leave a shot too. So the 2, it's going to be tricky on this to get on this 2 ball though too.
The 2 ball
Maybe run into the 4.
The 2 ball is tough. He can put some left English on this ball and go straight at the 2.
Oh.
Or should I say straight towards the 2? He tried.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
quite enough.
So I thought maybe it would have been. I know I like to use the balls that are out there. Maybe run into that 4 ball and just separate a little bit so he had that shot. Now he did that, but he was trying to go right at the 2 ball.
Now, had he come up to the inside of this 5 where he could see the 2
Right.
and they won't go by, he could 3-rail that 2 ball out and park the cue ball by following it
Yep.
over by
Yep.
the 8
Yeah.
and have a good attempt at a safety or come out safe. And he's going to get down here by this 3. Or, yeah,
Oh, look
right
at this.
behind it.
Look at this. Wow.
Oh, he's making Joven's life miserable.
Wow. Absolutely perfect speed on that. Just parked it right down in between the 2 of them.
That's vicious.
Wow. Oh,
A little. Did
you see it? You
It bent
see
a
it?
little
Yeah,
bit.
bent
Yeah,
a
with
little
an
bit.
English. Yeah, it did. But oh, yeah, so you could get warned. I would let the ref pick it up, Joven. When you have a presiding referee, I wouldn't touch the cue ball.
Oh, do you have to let the refs pick it up?
Well, it's best. Some refs don't appreciate that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. It's a no-no. Like at the end of a game, if you start throwing the balls out and the cue ball's still rolling,
Oh, right.
you'll hear about it.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Well, that's someone got called on that.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
They a loss of a game because he pulled the balls out and the cue ball was still rolling and,
Yep.
and ran into one. I
Yeah,
forgot
just-
what tournament that was.
It was probably one of these.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
because
they
I'm
call it.
like, wait, what happened there? What just happened?
No can do.
So
Gerson looks good here to
Yeah.
go to 3-1.
Come off that rail, come back out for that 4 ball. Perfect. Got a great angle to get over on that 5 ball. Wow, this is looking pretty elementary.
Joven's got to straighten up in his chair and get a little more intentional.
Yes. Bustamante, we need a shoot off here on this table.
Yeah, you know, if I don't see a shootout, I'm not going to see a shootout today because I
Right?
believe Dale's coming in with Tim on the next match.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
so they're coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You're lucky then.
you guys wouldn't be able to take me, both of you. Putting up with me is pretty tough.
Oh no, you're lucky you're not in here with Dale. Oh, him and I give each other some crap all the
Oh,
time.
do you?
Oh yeah, we're always back and forth. It's funny. We create memes against each other. And,
Oh, okay.
It's hilarious.
Well, that can be worked to where it's pretty funny. He got pretty straight here.
Yeah.
Oh, he can
He's
draw
got a
this ball.
Small angle there.
All he has to do is draw this ball towards the 10.
Just not
If he
getting
doesn't have an
it.
angle to get to a rail and follow, he can just draw it towards the 10. And it looks like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it looks like it goes that way. Yes, he's looking to see where it goes. Actually, it looks like it goes right at the side pocket.
Side. If he hits a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit to the right, it could
Let's
go.
see
on
what
that
he
side.
does with it. He's going to follow and try to force it. Yeah, he tried to. He's forced.
just punch
He's
it.
actually
Uh-oh.
forced it, and he's not happy.
Oh,
If that's not on the rail, I'd kick it in. Or is he going to spin it in?
I'm not sure what he called.
This is a spin shot. I would spin it in. If he can spin it, I'd either kick it or spin it, but I'd be shooting at the 9 ball to make it. I think it spins in.
just like that. I was just
Yep.
say, yep, spin it
Yep.
enough to make sure you just don't scratch.
Yeah, but he came up pretty high. A little harder would have worked. A little harder. Yeah.
If he just overcuts this, not gonna scratch. Or you think it's gonna go down table, down the corner?
I think it doesn't scratch. I think he just cuts it right in.
Yep, perfect. 3-1.
Gerson's looking pretty strong.
He is.
Pretty strong there, young man. Yeah, shots like that when they're either shot, I wouldn't have blamed him for kicking it or spinning it. When you're that close to him, and when they're just off the rail, I think that was just off the rail. If you're kicking it in, especially on new cloth,
Yeah.
but you do have to hit it in the right place either way.
And he did that.
Yes, he did.
The only thing you just have to be careful, overspin that so you don't go straight down towards that corner pocket and
Correct.
scratch.
Yeah, some players will sit there and try to clip that on the inside and go 2 rails and leave the length of the table. And every time I've ever done that, the guy just banks her right in. It makes me sick. So I'm just saying, I'm going for it.
Just forget it, just go.
Yeah, this guy's not going to come. He's not going to come here to eat. I'm not going to let him come to the table.
Right?
No, that shot was. He made a great shot. Good shot.
He's tucking it in, folks.
Says, when I win this, I want to look my best.
Right?
Well, breaking from the center, playing the 4-5 to the side pockets. 5 balls on its way. Got kissed out.
Yeah, got kissed by the 2.
I think it was
just
a little
bit.
low. I think it was a little low. He's left the shot. Okay, Joven.
Here we go.
Got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, the two down to the 3 would really be the toughest.
See, the 2 to the 3. Yeah, the 3's down there by the 6.
The
Yeah.
3's down there.
Well, if he gets straight in on the 2, he's in good shape. If he gets just to where he can barely get by the 10, he's liking it. Because he can catch that rail and come down for the 3. But he's got to get there.
He's got to get there. Yeah, this is.
And actually, he's laying in a good position. This is a nice stroke shot. Draw it up about a foot off the rail, 1.5 feet off the rail. Yeah, it's tough. It's a little tough. He's got to get it up though. He might.
He's spinning that quite a bit.
He might be coming twice across. Just like that, yeah, twice across.
Very well played.
Now he's got a hard way to get to the 3 because that 9-ball plays big.
9-ball's huge.
I wonder if it double kisses and comes and sends the cue ball
Somewhere
down.
straight back down.
Yeah. Or if he just cuts, he's going to hit that 9-ball full. So, well, let's see what he's got the angle down there to see what he's going to do. If he thinks he can get just past that side pocket on the left, on the upper part there, like he just pointed, that works.
So spin out of this. Just spin. Oh yeah, right like that.
Wow.
Oh, wow. How did he come out there? He
Well,
hit that really
he
good.
hit it well, but he's got a tough bank shot if he chooses to play it or a safety.
I think he can cut that 3-ball in, don't you think?
You think he'll cut it to the side or cut it to the corner?
To the corner. I think so.
6 doesn't have him? That's what he's doing.
No, he's playing safe.
Playing safe, yeah. Straight safe.
See, I'm actually looking at it. I actually thought, because of the colors of the, actually, that to me, I thought that was actually the 3-ball. That's why I was sitting back a little bit with these glasses, because my glasses are for reading. So
That's what mine are. That's why I have mine down under my nose.
Distance-wise, I'm almost at that point where this is the distance where it kind of gets a look. It's getting old sucks.
Well, you know, I'm like your typical
Wow.
old. Look
Wow,
at this
look
kick
at
and
this
stick.
shot.
Is it going to leak?
No, he's got the 7-ball too.
That 7-ball helped him perfect.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes, yeah. I'm one of these typical old guys where I'm looking over the top of my glasses.
I do a lot of
at
that
the screen.
too, yeah.
But I have the glasses on so I can read the stuff
Right.
underneath me.
And when we were kids, we were looking at those guys thinking, yeah, they're old. Yeah, yeah, and so are we now. Oh yeah, now without the glasses, I can definitely see the colors a lot better on that screen. See, don't leak out behind. Uh-oh. Yeesh. It's not going to like the fact that that leaked out.
You know, in Spanish, his name is pronounced joven.
Joven?
Uh-huh.
Really?
And a joven is someone that's young.
Oh.
That's what it means.
Really?
Joven. Popular name.
So the key shot here is to get on this 4-ball. If you can get on this 4-ball, well, the 5-ball is not in the best of shape either. The 5-9 combo. Hit that. That's perfect speed.
Yeah, problem here though is he's got to play the 4-ball on the side.
Yeah,
And he's got to find a way to get. I guess he's going to play for the
run-
5-9.
Run into the 8s. Run into the 8 to stop it there for the 5-9 combo.
He better. I think it's just
Or
a
draw
stunt.
him out of
Just draw out of it. Not even bother with the
Oh,
8.
there you go.
Yeah. And now this is a nice
makes it
shot.
tricky. Yeah, that makes it tricky though, doesn't it?
No, he's just got to draw the cue ball. Leave it on the head rail there. I mean on the long rail.
Because the 5-ball will
The
come back down towards
5-ball is
it.
going to come right towards it. So you just pretty much make the 9 and keep the cue ball above the side pocket. Like that.
That is perfect.
Now he's got a little more room than he wanted, so he might have to come to the left side of the 6. Unless he can draw it down to the same rail.
Well, I tell you what, is the stroke that he had on that 1 ball that we thought we were going to come back across. He came straight down that table. He's feeling it, so I think he's going to come straight back down the table here.
There's Colvin. Yeah, see, I figured he'd have to because of the just that. It was just enough to have to force it off the rail.
Yep. Perfect angle. Just missed the side pocket here for the 7 on the side. You can go a 7 inside. Or?
Yeah, so or the corner, either way, whichever one he ends up on.
And straight in.
And this is to close out this match and send Hovind over to the 1-loss side, and he's got one more match to get into the final 16, the coveted final 16. Gerson Martinez from Peru about to take his match and move on. Handshake.
Great shooting.
Well, Brian, it's been a pleasure having you in here.
I appreciate the
hope
opportunity.
Hope the fans in Wisconsin appreciated your information.
I hope the fans out there respect the fact that we went back to pool now.
Yeah.
Sorry for the rants and the tangents, but I appreciate you allowing me to step on in here.
Well, folks, this is George Teachea in the booth along with Brian Hollenbeck. And thank you for joining us. Have a good day. See you guys later.
Thank you.